MmGS 2022 has started. So with that, I want to give my thoughts on some of the games that was announced there. So first of all, I'm going to start with Sega with their Yakuza series, or now they changed the title to Like a Dragon, which is in Japan. That's actually what the title is, but it is what it is. And of course, I want to give more thoughts on the other announcement that they did. So the first one was Like a Dragon Ishin. That's already been announced on the PlayStation State of Play. Awesome. It's going to be a Kiwami style. However, they added some new feature that's not in the original game. And that is the added characters from Yakuza 0, Yakuza 6, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. So they actually adding more content, so I'm surprised. Because on the presentation, the big boss Yakuza from the Tojo clan from Yakuza 0, they appeared, and basically, their character likeness once again is going to reprise their role in Ishin. So it's not going to be just like the original. They're adding new stuff. So kind of like Kiwami, because that's what happened. They added new stuff from the original. Because believe it or not, I haven't ever played the original first two Yakuza on the PS2. And when I tried Yakuza Kiwami, it was way different. Awesome there. So another announcement they did is Like a Dragon 8. And once again, Ichiban, the main character from 7, is making a comeback. But this time, he will team up with Kiryu. However, he looks different. Why? Well, if you've played 7, the story with Kiryu there is he went to hiding, or supposedly, spoiler, in Yakuza 6, he died. So that's why he kind of looks different. And you say, why? Well, there's going to be another Yakuza game coming in 2023. It's called Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Once again, you get to play as Kiryu Kazama. However, this game takes place between Yakuza 6 and Yakuza 7. And you're going to get the idea of what happened to Kiryu. Why is he in hiding? Why does he look different in Yakuza 8? And the best part for this one here is that this one, Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name, will be a beat 'em up just like Lost Judgment. And at the same time, whether you like it or not, Like a Dragon 8 is going to be a turn-based. Yes, it was based on an April Fool. They decided to do something new with 7. And it works to some extent, but it's just kind of weird. I mean, if you're wondering why they did that, well, the creator of Yakuza wanted to try something different. But in the lore side, why? Because the main character, Ichiban, fan of Dragon Quest. That's why. So, thoughts about this announcement? Awesome. It's going to be on, of course, PS4, PS5, Series XS, Xbox One, Steam, and also now on Steam, the Judgment Collection, which is Judgment and Lost Judgment, finally, because in the past, if you've been following the news, there was some sort of like controversy, but they said, no, we're going to fix this, and there you go. So before I end this, I also want to give my thoughts on why the Yakuza series never on the Switch. And even in 2022, they keep giving that same reason. And for me, I don't care because I have a PS5. If you saw my showcase, that's where I play my Yakuza game. Nothing personal. I know not everyone has multiple console because it's expensive. Makes sense. But to some extent, it is what it is. And the producer for the Yakuza series said, well, we see the Switch as a family-friendly console in Japan. Oh boy, this is the same narrative that's in 4 years since the creator of Yakuza even said it. So here's a recap. 4 years ago, when the Switch barely coming out in 2018, they asked the same question, hey, any chance of the Yakuza series to be on the Switch? The producer at that time said, fortunately, probably not due to the poor sale of the Wii U. The version, there is Yakuza 1 2 HD for the Wii U. So he didn't say something about a kiddie family-friendly console, but yes, the history is that Yakuza 1 and 2 HD for the Wii U in Japan, it bombed big time. It did not make any money. And unfortunately, some Japanese company, the rule is that if it doesn't sell in Japan, don't bother releasing it outside because it's not going to sell. Some companies still do that. There are some that doesn't. Like in the case with Idea Factory and Compa Heart, Neptunia game doesn't sell well in Japan, but when you release it outside, boom, way different story. So yeah, the market sometimes change, but in the past, unfortunately, some Japanese company who are still OGs still follow the rule of if it doesn't sell in Japan, we're not going to bother releasing it worldwide. In 2012, with Xenoblade Chronicles, credit to Matt from Yo Video Game, basically said the reason why Nintendo hesitated to bring Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii in the West, because apparently in Japan, it didn't sell well. And then same goes way back in the 90s with Live Alive. Now you have that remake by the people behind it, the Octopath Traveler, said the reason the original one never came out outside of Japan for sale, and the rule is if that happens, we're just not going to bother with it, because the assumption is if it doesn't sell in Japan, why would it sell outside? Now, this time of age, different story. Like I said, Resident Evil sells best in the West, Punch-Out, Sonic, Neptunia games, just saying that. So now with the Yakuza series, even in 2022, the producer of this latest franchise said, yeah, we still see the Switch as a friendly family kid console. Is it true? Maybe to some extent, but I mean, I think the real reason is kind of like what Spawnwave said on his Spawn News, because they're still kind of bitter when the Wii U version of Yakuza 1 and 2 HD didn't sell. Like, what makes it better this time around? Well, the portability. And they're probably just saying that same Naruto Hotsukiri console because, you know, what else can they say? Okay, well, if we put it there and it doesn't sell, then what? We just wasted a resource. Or better yet, another one will say, well, it can't run well. And then what? People are going to complain that it doesn't run, they can't figure out how the Switch works. And then they'll say, oh, let's do a cloud version. Oh my gosh, it's cloud. Just look what happened with the Resident Evil cloud version. They were whining about it. Again, what do you want him to do? I mean, yeah, probably the best reason they should say is that, well, I don't think it's going to sell. Well, they got to prove it first that it's not going to sell. But second is, maybe they can say, hey, it doesn't work on the Switch. Look at Oda with King of Fighters 15. Why is it not on the Switch? He admitted it. He said that it doesn't work. And again, I go back to Final Fantasy 15. They tried it on the Switch. There were even rumors that there was sort of a alpha prototype of the game. Yeah, couldn't run on the Switch. Again, you tell me. So, yeah, kind of weird, the reasoning, but chances are either because of the Wii U Yakuza game didn't sell, and probably it's not going to run well. I mean, look at it. It looks so beautiful in 60 frames. Just saying there. Well, those are my thoughts on the Yakuza announcement. Awesome. So with that, I'll see you guys later.